Great BTC here. And yes, I just woke up and it's the live trading show, like I promised you guys last night, that I will be trading live in the morning, especially because WSOT is going on. And I will be sharing some of my ideas, some of my trades, and what I'm actually plotting. So excited this morning. Bitcoin and the crypto market looks quite interesting. And I think we can definitely make some trades. So if you're watching this video, do me a favor, help me get to 500 likes on this video. So destroy the like button if you're watching, and that love would definitely be appreciated. It costs you nothing. Otherwise, let's get into it. So I am participating in the WSOT, which is the World Series of Trading. And if you want to join me, I will also show you on the show how you're going to show me. There's $8 million worth of money that can be won, that you and I can win based on our P&L, but also based on our volumes. So I was live before a couple of minutes ago, but that live stream got disrupted because of network problems. So for everybody who was watching, I sincerely apologize. I will start from scratch, show you guys everything that I was doing on that video. So let's keep it alive. Okay, so for the WSOT, World Series of Trading, here's what you need to do. You need, number one, you need to have a Bybit account to participate. Link to Bybit is in the description of this video. You need to make sure, one, you sign up with my link in the description below. Two, you deposit a minimum of $500 in USDT or Bitcoin in any currency and deposit it into your derivatives account. And then after you do that, you're supposed to start trading. But then before you start trading, you need to join my squad so that we can trade together. So all you need to do is this. You go to your Bybit account. Once you log in, obviously you have created an account, you deposited. Once you log in, you go here. It says WSOT. Once you go to, well, you can't see my screen. Sorry. Here you go. You log in and you go here where it says WSOT. And once you click on it, it will take you to a page like this. And all you need to do now is to scroll down and go down to Squad Race. If you click on Squad Race, it will give you a tab where you can search. Where you can search, you'll find Crypto University. And when you see Crypto University, you'll be able to select and join. So my squad is this one here, Crypto University. So make sure you search for it and click join, and we can get some of this money together. All right. So let's go. So once you have done that, it's time to trade. So when it comes to the market right now, let's quickly just have a look at the heat map. This is the last performance in the last 4 hours. On the daily, the market looks kind of grayish, not much moved. And in the week, it looks pretty red. So I think it's only logical for us to approach this market at all these levels, from a weekly, from a daily, and we can square it down to like 4 hours. So I'll be trading based on these three time frames: weekly, daily, and 4 hours. And if you want, you can also add you can also kind of add another one, like you can add a day, a 1 hour if you want to, depending on how much time you have to trade and things like that. So let's go down to the charts quickly. This is BTC on the long term, and I'll switch it to a weekly because I think there are a lot really good trades to be made on the weekly if you have the patience to actually do it. So you can literally see that there is currently a very good green line close by around okay, I'm zoomed in a little bit. I need to step out. There we go. You can see here around 12K all the way up to the white line that I drew. There is a good potential of Bitcoin testing these levels. So if you're looking for a position to buy in or to long based on a weekly chart, this is the trade right here. So there's this white line here. I'm preparing to long on this position here when it happens to test it. So let's just bring it down a little bit. This is trade one that can be made. Okay, it's kind of low risk because it's counting on BTC's volatility. What we're looking at is this kind of scenario. You see this red wick on this candle where it stretched all the way down, but it managed to go back up. So you want to count on this when it happens, but as you can see, this one candle is 1 week. So it could mean that it was at the bottom for several days before it actually closed a little bit higher. So we're looking for that test a little bit and even more extreme here at the bottom, right? So I'm looking at this as an entry, the white line, and I'm looking at a reversal bounce back down to this bar here on the right. So that is somewhere around amount, and you can see the target right there. Okay, and the risk is a little bit too high, so I'm going to bring it down to like a 10% spot. All right, so 10% spot is very unlikely on BTC to just go down in one go just like that. But here there is an entry of 14,752 and a potential exit of about at the bottom of the big bar, which is 19,422. This is one trade that can be made. And this, I'll execute it on my Bybit in the WSOT. This is one that can be made on BTC. So this is definitely considering that, aiming that BTC might go up or might go down and bounce back. So you might ask that, oh, but if it's going to do that, why aren't you shorting it just down to that level? I would short it, but it will be on a much more smaller time frame other than the one that I'm looking at right now. I'll be shorting it based on the daily, for example. So that's BTC on the daily. And on the upside, however, there has been a testing or an attempt to break out at the top somewhere here. Candle 1 tested, didn't make it. 2 tested. Now we're on the 3rd candle. So here at this line, I can see here that if it manages to break out of this wedge again, based on these 2 candles, if it manages to break out of that, we could see a little bit of a rally in the market. So let's say this point, somewhere around here. Okay, this is 22,000 to be safe, or it's actually $22,075, right? So if we manage to break out of this zone, because there's a big bar of volume right here, that's why it's failing to break out, there is potential of shooting up continuously. So here, I will place a trade as well from this point up to the next resistance point, even just here to where this candle sort of opened the previous week of massive bearish. So that is still a good 21%. Now, if you leverage that, that's about 60% at 3x, over 100%, 105% at 5x leverage. So this is another trade that I will make as well. Okay, I'm keeping the okay, let's see, 22 up to here, this level. Okay. I hope my screen doesn't die again. I mean, my network doesn't screw me again. Okay, so basically you're looking at this kind of a trade right here, and I will also keep my risk a little bit lower, down to the the entry of the other one. I mean, to the TP or the previous one, or I can just keep it 10% here to be safe as well. So I'm opening it up. And you can keep it going as you want. You just have to make sure that you're pushing your stop losses and your TPs as you go. Could take profit here as first TP halfway through and then waiting for the other one to close. That's another weekly trade that can be made based on that. And quickly now going to the daily on BTC. Here we go. This is daily Bitcoin. What I'm looking at now is a potential breakout situation if it happens, because as you can see, the MACD has already gone green on Bitcoin. It's showing that we're going upwards and upwards. However, there is no immediate confirmation for me to feel confident about this position. Let's see what the Natros Bull is saying right now. Okay, but before we even look into that, let's go. So on the daily, Natros Bull is still bearish. Okay, but the things are changing a little. However, there's not enough for me to trust this yet, because if you look on the 19th of May, right, there was a rally. It was a sideways movement, which sort of fooled the MACD to think that it was bullish. So it signaled bullish, but only to crash harder somewhere on the 9th of June. So I don't really want to believe this just yet. I'll wait for a breakout on the daily. But what I feel safe doing right now is to simply plot an entry. To plot an entry here on this green dotted line, because it seems like BTC has bounced there multiple times. So what I will do, I'll plot another trade right here from this level, and maybe to the upper side of the band, which is a 13% movement, again with two TP levels, 1 and 2 halfway through and the other one all the way through. So all I'm saying is that there is this sideways movement right here. If you extrapolate it into 4 hours, you'll see that it's a sideways. But basically, I think this is a grid that is going to play out. Hit the band back into the support level and it will retest. It might happen 3 times before we actually see an actual breakout or breakdown. However, you have to be smart with this trade by not thinking that the worst might not happen. So I was telling you guys that I will short it on the daily, and this is exactly what I meant. Okay, let me just hide this for now to avoid confusion. So this is the thing, what I was talking about. Now, if we end up exiting this level again, I think there is a more than enough potential of Bitcoin testing this lower level here of 17,000, which it has done before. So I will put a short position from the bottom of this week down to the last level that it hit, which is 17,515. Right here, it's a good short with good leverage, is a good trade as well. So you don't want to miss out on this one. On the upside, right now, I would feel safe to enter, but to put my TP around the very top of this last support. So if you playing around within this grid and you give it enough time and enough margin to not get liquidated, I think it should be a good trade. Next one is GMT. I think I already have a chart for that here. So this is something that I've been obsessed with trading. If you look in the thumbnails, I actually exited. I closed one of my trades at 124% P&L. So this is quite a good one. It has just gone bullish on Natros Bull right here. The last time when it was bearish was on the 26th of June. Right now, it has just gone bullish with a full confirmation candle, and it still looks strong. So because Bitcoin, if you look back on the heat map, you can see that on the 4 hour, things look kind of green, and they were a little bit gray, because in the last 2 days things were kind of green, and we're more likely to digress down a little bit. So I'm placing 2 trades